Well, good morning. We are ready for another trip. It is today Thursday. It's about 5:30 in the morning, maybe a little before that. Not too early this trip. I am headed to pick Mike up. We're going to head to Kentucky. So packing up a few last minute things. It is going to be blazing hot. It's supposed to be high 90s the entire time we're there. I'm sure it'll be 10 million% humidity. So we got all our coolers here. We just kind of my process for packing, I guess. We got the fridge with all the refrigerator things. That this big cooler in the middle is full of drinks, mostly water and a few adult beverages for after hours. This is a 2024 Chevy 3500. This dually does way better at pulling trailers down the highway, especially with heavy loads. This trip we're going to get some siding done, so I've got all the siding loaded in these boxes. It's white cedar shakes. We got some lumber for a few projects, and I've got a ladder rack on here. We'll get into that a little later, what that's going on. Well, we made it. Always a little nervous when I open these doors, what I'm gonna find in here. Whew. Man, we pulled in here yesterday. This should be a 7-hour trip. I made it in 6.5. Sometimes, you stop for dinner, whatever. Might take you 8 hours. Get all the batteries plugged in. But we hit terrible traffic the entire way here. And so we were all kind of sick of driving. It just took forever. I mean, we were rounding like probably 7.5-hour trip. And the last 13 miles of our trip here, once we got into town, took an hour and a half. And I didn't get any footage. We never actually saw it, but they were moving some kind of barge down the road. Somebody said they were moving it to Texas on back roads. That's like a 6-month trip. I don't know what it was all about, but it literally took us an hour and a half to go 3 miles. And then we finally got to the cutoff and made it over here, but we're pretty done driving. It wound up taking us a little over 10 hours to get here yesterday. Alright, well, we're all opened up. We didn't find any Wolverines. Those guys ought to be done putting their makeup on by now. Get another cup of coffee and we'll see if we can't get something done. Now on my way to St. Louis, of all places, as Tully would say, because my manager doesn't own a Globe. We got a lot done this morning. We got all the trim on, the exterior trim, the fascia. We're ready. Ray is going to go do gutters at Erica's house. She does the cleaning and stuff, and she can't find anyone locally to do it. We brought Ray's gutter truck with us. That's what he does for me, is install gutters professionally every day. He's going to do the cabin for the rainwater system, and he's going to do that. I'm on my way to St. Louis. That is where my in-laws are from. My sister-in-law lives there with her family. And my father-in-law passed. He's a huge St. Louis Cardinals fan, as is my wife and her sister and everybody from that side. So my brother-in-law got everyone tickets, and we're going to go watch Cardinals play baseball. And then I'm going to beat feet all the way back to Kentucky. It's about 6 hours between the two of them, but this is important to them. So it's important to me. So we're going to show up and do that. My brother-in-law has a pickup he's going to give me. So I've got the trailer behind the Duramax here. So I'm going to grab this little Ford Ranger, take that back with me. The Polaris Ranger today is acting up again. We've had all kinds of problems with fuel pump and clutch and all kinds of things. And it may have given up the ghost here. So I'm going to drag that back home with me and look for a replacement. But for now, I'm going to enjoy some time in. It is, 97 degrees right now. So it's going to be a hot baseball game, but it'll be even hotter for those guys back in Kentucky working on the cabin. So anyways, we'll be thinking about them, and I'll get back as fast as I can to join them and see if we can't get finished up with what we've got to do this trip. Well, good morning. A lot has happened since last this camera was on. Guys are just getting ready here. I got back from St. Louis. Mike and I just started filling these post holes with concrete. We're building a skirt around the bottom of the cabin here. It's very overbuilt. Every one of these 4x4s goes down into the ground. Concrete, we put this on here. Now we're gonna put like a galvanized tin skirt on there, and then the shakes will come down over it. Ray was actually off at Erica's house. She helps take care of the place doing gutters, and he did the gutters here as well. George got a lot of these shakes done. This whole backside's done. Other backside is also done. And now we're working on this big deck here. So I decided kind of at the last minute that I would put a big deck on the back of this house, and we're gonna put something really cool on top of it. It'll be for down the road. I gotta run and get the deck material here. I already ordered it. I just gotta get the trailer on and go pick it up. Those guys are finishing up breakfast and they'll be out here to get going. Man, it's been like 98 degrees. I know it's been hot everywhere. Dry, no rain, and we're all on rainwater, so we're really worried that we would run out. Everybody's just kind of gross and needs to take a shower. I took mine in a creek last night just to conserve water, and then last night it rained, I don't know, like 35 inches or something. It just rained and rained and rained. That's why everything's wet here. The tank is for sure full, so that was great. Now we don't have to worry about it. So anyways, I'm gonna go get this material. I'll come back and then we'll get to work. Well, we got a little more done here, and I should have been filming it, but I didn't. It is so hot, and out here in the sun, we're all about to pass out. We just finished up lunch. Those guys are walking back over. I thought I'd come talk to you guys for a minute, but we got this big deck going on here. As you can see, there's one more joist got to go that way. That's going to shoot past to make up the staircase, but this part where it sticks out, I'll just tell you, we're going to put a big like outdoor kitchen on top of it, kind of a covered bar. I keep calling it a tiki hut, but that's not right. George is finishing up the shakes in this corner. Ray's been running the downspouts into the water tank. We're going to trim up these rafters and see if we can't get this deck ready for decking, which I don't have here. Well, I keep talking about, what our next build is going to be, and I can never make up my mind. I change it a lot where we're going to go, and around here you don't need much of anything. You could just kind of pick a spot and build. But the last time I was here with my dad working on the plumbing, excavator said, hey, listen, wherever you're going next, if you got anything you want to do with the excavator and the dozer, do it before we move the equipment out. And if it's something that needs a septic field, let's get that done, because the inspector, that's the only inspection we have to get, is for electric service and the design of your septic system. And he said the inspector's kind of hard to nail down. He was coming back out here to look at the other cabin. He could look at whatever else we needed him to. So I said, well, I want to do a little bathhouse with the kind of a bunkhouse for us, so we don't have to block off our rentals, and a place for people staying in the cabins down the road that will not have full-on bathroom or laundry for cleaning staff to clean, you know, that kind of thing. So anyways, he said, well, let's get that septic in. So this is kind of the entrance to the property here. And my dad and I staked out where the building goes, and he called me and said, oh, it's all done. It sure is. So the entire septic system has been put in here, and I guess this area here will be the next build. So this is just a 600 square foot square, and we are going to put a like 2 bathrooms and a laundry room right here in the end, and then this will just be like a, I don't know, maybe a couple little bedrooms in the back and a couch area and a little kitchenette. I think I'm gonna do a little covered porch down the front here. Come sit out here, we can bring out grill or whatever and kind of hang out in this area. But this will be where we stay when we come to build, or friends and family just want a place to stay on their way to somewhere else, and we don't have to worry about, you know, blocking off a whole cabin just for us. So much foul language in this YouTube video, I might as well have brought Gavin with me.
Is that the best you can do?
Probably just do it again. Well, it's super hot. Today's not as bad as the last two. I think we were just saying 98 was about the highest it got on this trip. I think today it's going to be 92, something like that. It's probably pretty close now. But I got a nice spot in the shade here to finish this concrete. And we'll get this done and move on to the next thing. I'll take you guys around the back and show you what we've been doing. We framed this big deck yesterday, and if I didn't already say it, it was an afterthought, you know. We were planning on doing the shakes, and we got it all done. Ray did the gutters. We got this crazy downspout shooting off the building into there. We're actually gonna put a pole, like a 4x4 to support it in the middle and a pier. But yeah, George got all the shakes done in the back here. We even put a shake roof. We were gonna do metal on that in the back, but I thought for as low as it is, if somebody were to walk into that trying to service stuff in that closet, it'd be a bad day. Looks pretty awesome. We got a lot done this trip. It is our last day here. It's supposed to rain all day today, which is actually kind of a nice change. It's just been hot and dry, high 90s. I'm really excited for this deck. It's kind of a last minute, you know, thought, something last minute addition that we didn't plan for, but really will add quite a bit to the cabin, quite a bit of, you know, usable space. We were originally going to make kind of an outdoor kitchen area down here, and I just think it's hard to tell on camera, but it is too steep. You just roll everything off to the bottom of the hill. So this will be really nice. It'll get this, I don't know, cantina, I guess. I'm gonna call it outdoor kitchen up here on the deck. I think we try to think of cabin names. I wanted to call it the tin can. We got all this metal skirt here and a metal roof. We'll make that outdoor kitchen all out of this galvanized metal on there. And I said, well, how about the cantina? And Mike said, why don't you call it the tin cantina? So I think that's what we're gonna go with, the tin cantina. Anyways, I'm headed back. I'm gonna head up north for a few days with the family over the 4th of July weekend. I don't know when you guys will be seeing this, but then we're getting a knee on July 10th. I know everybody says, hey, did you just say? A little hard to follow here. My videos come out a little later sometimes, but July 10th, that's in about 2 weeks. I'll be getting a new knee, so it might be a little while till we're back here to work on this, but that's all right. You'll just have to wait until I'm ready, and I'm looking forward to being a little more comfortable getting around on these hills and carrying lumber and stuff with a new knee. I know that'll be several months down the road, but long time coming. So anyways, we'll see you guys then.